Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are here with Don Tennessen, and Don is, I'm proud to say, a good friend of mine, in addition to an instructor with the Ninja Selling Installation and a partner at the Group Incorporated. And, back in 2012, I took the Ninja Selling Installation, changed my life, and I remember making a phone call to Larry Kendall saying, we need somebody up here to teach this, or to Lauren at the time. And Don has co-written Ninja with Larry Kendall. And I wanted to have Don on because we've done this now. I think this will honestly be in November, probably our 7th installation.
Right.
And I think that is just outstanding. So, Don, first of all, I want to thank you for coming up and braving 7 Calgary Novembers. which I think is a feat in and of itself. I know we've had some nice weather and some not so nice weather.
It's been a pleasure, Lindsey. Every bit of it.
Awesome. Well, Don, let's start from the beginning. This is one of 2 segments. We're going to do another segment with Don in a couple weeks that we'll have you on here for. So take us to the beginning. There's many people that don't know what Ninja Selling is. Take us back to, tell us a little bit about actually what it is, and maybe get into some of the basics.
Sure. So the background is back in 1994, Larry Kendall had an opportunity to do an education session at the Colorado Association of Realtors convention, and he was looking for a name for this presentation. And there was a guy in our company by the name of Jim Dunlap, and Jim's nickname was the Ninja because Jim was a real effective realtor, very productive, but he didn't spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week doing his job. He had a life. We say he had a life outside of real estate. And Larry would say, the staff nicknamed Jim the Ninja because of his high productivity, in early in the morning, didn't see a lot of Jim, just saw great results, kind of under the radar. And so Larry was looking for a name for this class he was going to teach at the Realtor Association. And he says, I think I'll call it Ninja Selling in honor of Jim Dunlap. And so that's how Ninja Selling got its name. And fast forward 23 years now, Ninja Selling has been taught outside the group all over the United States and Canada. And last count, we had about 50,000 realtors through some sort of ninja class over that 20-some years.
That's outstanding. And I know that now the book is out too, which is just such a great opportunity to share the information with people. So I want to, and I know that we're kind of, our script here is very loose on this, but I wanted to ask you, explain to people what the group is when we talk about the group. You're
Sure.
based out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Tell me a little bit about what is this organization we're talking about?
Sure. The group is an independently owned real estate company in northern Colorado, Fort Collins, about 50 miles north of Denver. It's a kind of a rural area, about 450,000 people in the market area, and the group's been in business as a real estate company since 1976.
Wow.
And, we have about 225 agents, and it's a really productive company. We've been identified by the Real Trends organization over the years as many years as the most productive real estate company in the United States. And, last year, we averaged 28 transactions per agent.
Wow.
And, that was a good number. That ranked us number 2 in the Real Trends ranking based on the number of transactions per agent. So it's a productive organization. We're proud of that. And the system that we use to create that productivity, we call Ninja Selling.
And you guys have just embedded into your culture and every part of your organization, which is so impressive. And for those of you at home that are going to be able to attend this, it's nothing like anything you've ever seen. And I've seen so many different training courses. I've ran the gambit, no names, but you can pretty much put all of them in there. And this was just so eye-opening, and obviously the main one that we've brought up all the time. So take us through some of the basics. What is it about?
Number one thing that everybody needs to know, Lindsey, is that this thing called Ninja Selling, it'll do 2 things. It'll help people build a better real estate business. There's absolutely no question about that. The system that we discuss and talk about over the 4-day Ninja installation is the exact same system that we use at the group that's created one of the most productive companies in North America. And it does two things. It will help you build a better business. And then these concepts are pretty cool. The really neat thing is they'll help people build a better life too. And one of the things that's so important about real estate is this is a business you can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and not make any money.
Yes.
Many of us have experienced that. And so there's got to be a way. Would there be a way, some systems and processes where I could create a great real estate business but have plenty of time left over for my family, my hobbies, my friends, things I really love to do? So what we say, high income per hour in order to have a life. That's really the goal in Ninja Selling.
Wow. So people say, work smarter, not harder, and that's a little bit cliche, but I guess there's some truth to that in the system.
There's a lot of things. What we talk about, Lindsey, is that there's a lot of things, as realtors know, a lot of different ways to generate leads and referrals, a lot of ways you could work with buyers and sellers. But the 80-20 rule is always in play in real estate. And what we mean by that is 20% of the activities that realtors engage in will create 80% of the result.
Interesting.
20% of your database will create 80% of your business in a given year. And we all know that 20% of the realtors sell 80% of the houses.
Right.
So the idea here is, could I just tap in to the most effective things, the 20% that'll get me the 80%? That's what we focus on. We let everything else go.
Tell me about, one of the things I felt with Ninja Selling, it was just so much easier than you're not having people where you feel, I'm gonna use the word greasy, but you're not like, you're not pushing people. And tell me how you accomplish that. What is that? What is that mentality?
Yeah, great question. Great question. The concept there is this: consumers, in this case, real estate consumers, we love to buy stuff. We are a consuming society. We all love to buy stuff. But the minute we find ourselves anywhere near a salesperson or someone we think is trying to sell us something, we tend to run away.
Yes.
So the concept here is, how could we be really effective at helping people buy and sell real estate, but never come off as a salesperson? Because people tend to run away from salespeople. Doesn't make any sense. Why would we teach people salesman kinds of activities when, as consumers, we don't like that stuff? And so what we say is Ninja Selling, it's selling without selling. And it's a way to have buyers and sellers come toward you because you never act like a typical salesperson. That's really the key.
Now, is it hard to implement?
The thing about Ninja Selling, Lindsey, it's funny you'd ask that question, because what we say all the time is it is really easy to do. And it's so easy to do, it's sometimes really easy not to do, too. The concepts are so straightforward. And really, a lot of sales training, people can relate to this. A lot of sales training, that sales trainer will say, we have to teach you to get outside your comfort zone in order to get good at this. And going outside your comfort zone, nothing wrong with that. But the thing that is pretty fun about Ninja is we don't ask you to go outside your comfort zone at all. Ninja is all about staying in my comfort zone, doing the things that I'm comfortable with, nothing that makes me nervous. You never have to feel like that pushy salesperson. You really don't have to ever put yourself in a position where you could be rejected by your customers, which is what salespeople get worried about. So everybody gets to relax. You get to be yourself. Your own personality comes out. It's more about relationships than it is about selling houses.
Oh, interesting. And I imagine that obviously plays into people's lives as well. The quality of the relationships they build.
The cool thing is we love people by nature, like relationships. We have friends, we got family members, people we're close to at work. Relationships are natural for most people. And if we can just get them to act naturally and let them know that in real estate, it'll be the quality of the relationship that you have that determine whether that person will refer you and how long, they'll be a customer of yours. So let's just focus on the relationship. Let the selling go. Don't worry about the transactions. Everything will take care of itself.
That's outstanding. Now, tell me, who should be coming to the Ninja installation?
Really, the truth is, we need to be clear on this. This is not for everybody. This is not for every realtor. And if you're a realtor who is kind of doing this maybe a little bit part-time, or you just want to do a few transactions with your family, you know that the installation is probably not for you. What it is for are for the realtors who really say, I want to make this my career. This is my livelihood. Because what we really focus on is increasing productivity. You know that you know as well as anybody, Lindsey, there are a lot of busy realtors out there, but I don't know how many of them are productive.
That's right. Yeah.
So we got to differentiate between those two. And what that installation is really all about is how can we help people be more productive?
That's outstanding.
Couple other comments on that.
Yeah,
Lindsey.
please.
So we've got rookies, we've got established realtors, we've got high producers. A high producer might say, "Geez, I don't know if I got a really great business. I don't know if these systems will help me." You know what we found is that high producers, they don't need as much help with their business. They need help with their life. They need balance. They need to figure out, how can I take time off? How can I not work through dinner? Not work all the weekends? And we can help a high producer get some balance, get some perspective. And then, of course, with the new people, we can help them get off to a quick start with a good system.
That's awesome. And I remember 2 years ago where we shared one of the realtor's daughters shared a heartfelt video where she was just saying, my daddy doesn't check his phone at the dinner table anymore. My daddy, drives me to school now and picks me up at night. And right. that's a perfect example of that high producer getting their life back.
You can ask ourselves the question: build a better business, build a better life. Which one's more important? By far, it's the life.
Yeah.
We can help people with the business. That's not a big deal. It's the life that's where you really hit pay dirt. That's where people really appreciate what we do.
Don, you have countless success stories, countless results-based things. Leave us with something. What kind of results should people expect out of this?
Well, what we talk about over the 5 or 6 years we've been teaching the Ninja installation, we've been able to document at an absolute minimum, if a realtor will input these systems into their business, they could expect a minimum of a 20% increase year over year in their gross commission income. That's an absolute minimum. I'll give you one example from a really good real estate company in North Carolina. We were just there a couple of weeks ago. What they reported is the rookies who had taken the Ninja installation compared to the rookies in the same company who did not take the Ninja installation, the Ninjas had 129% more productivity compared to the same rookies who didn't take the installation, and that's over about a 9-month period of time.
Wow. Don, we're looking forward to it, to doing the installation again in November, which I personally am so selfish of, because I think that the timing, we book you every year, a year in advance, trying to say, you know what, this sets up perfectly for Christmas and coming into January, February, and the busy market in the spring. So the timing just cannot be more better for it, in my opinion.
Well, Lindsey, we love Calgary, and you guys are absolutely fantastic. We can't wait to get up there, and we're looking forward to meeting some of your folks, and we'll have a great time.
Awesome. Well, Don, thank you so much for giving of your time and joining us today.
Thank you, Lindsey. You take care now.